So I'm sure a lot of people get sick and tired of reboots happening to their favorite classic shows, even from 50, 60 years ago. Well, if you're sick and tired of that, guess what? You might as well get another barf bag out, because it was announced today, or at least it was reported, I believe, today by Animation Magazine. And this was reported by, I'm trying to make sure I get the name right, Mercedes Milligan, that Underdog, that's right, the classic 1960 show, which right now is running currently on MeTV Tunes, and I've been DVRing through MeTV Tunes just to have it. And also people like Frank Hill has been sending me DVDs on it. Hopefully it gets a Blu-ray release, down the line. It deserves it, in my opinion. But yeah, Underdog is going to make a comeback thanks to France Television Broadcasting, M6 in Gulli, and RIA Broadcasting in Italy. Well, at least those are the people behind it. But this is what the article says, and I quote. This is what the article says, and I quote, that was reported. This is what the article says, and I quote. Hold on. And I quote, new Underdog series kicks off production with Superprod Productions, Superprod, and Red Monk. New Underdog series kicks off production with Superprod and Red Monk. And this is what the article says, and I quote, there's no need to fear. Shoeshine Boy's heroic alter ego is returning to the screens in Underdog, a reboot of the classic canine action comedy from Superprod's groups Superprod Animation, France, and Red Monk Studio, Italy. The series is commissioned by French broadcasters M6 in Gulli and Italian pubcaster RAI. Superrights will handle international distribution. So they'll basically, the Superrights people will be the ones that say, hey, Canada, you want the new Underdog series? Here you go. Hey, Mexico, you want it? Here you go. Japan, you want it? Here you go. China, you want it? Here you go. England, you want it? Here you go. United Kingdom, which is England, of course, you want it? Here you go. You get the idea. And US, you want it? Of course we want it, because, Universal Comcast owns the rights. Of course they're going to want it, But anyway, yeah, that's what Superrights will be. They'll be the ones sending it out across the globe. And I do apologize for that notification there from Facebook. Yeah, it's from Facebook. I do apologize. Anyway, continuing on. It says, first introduced in 1964, not 59, they got to correct that, through the General Mills back cartoons created by W. Waltz Biggers and team, Underdog has remained popular through the decades with his own TV series aired on NBC and CBS and Nickelodeon, comics, and a 2007 live-action movie by Disney, which didn't do too well in the box office. Now, the mid-century favorite is getting a 3D CGI update from Superprod Animation and Red Monk to introduce the plucky pooch to a new generation of kids and family. The new 52 by 11 Underdog series, which the reason they describe it as that, because the original Underdog series, when you watch it on MeTV Tunes or you look it up, basically in its original broadcast had a part 1 and a part 2. Part 1 and part 2 were at the beginning and the end of the show, while in between you had two little other shorts like Tennessee Tuxedo and so on. And like I said, at the beginning and at the end, you had part 1 of a story and part 2, and they usually expanded into the following week when it was originally broadcasted, on NBC and CBS, to part 3 and 4, and then that's how it would conclude. But if you were watching on Nickelodeon and syndication, it was day after day. But here it sounds like what they're going to do is they're going to divide them into two 11-minute shorts. Some, I wouldn't be surprised, are part 1, part 2, and that's it. It's just one full-on episode, but they're going to pay homage to the original. Now, continuing on, and I quote, the new 52 by 11 Underdog series, make sure I got that right, yeah. The new 52 by 11 Underdog series follows the crime-busting adventures of a unique canine superhero. Clumsy yet lovable, Underdog is a superpowered dog who battles villains with the help of his team of fellow superheroes. And that's kind of what's interesting about this. Because in the original, he never had a team to work with. Here, he's going to. So that's one big change. I think some people are going to wonder about, why. Now, continuing on. Despite his bumble-prone persona, his heart and determination make him a lovable and endearing hero. Created for a bridge audience, the series blends action and humor while promoting positive values such as friendship, courage, and perseverance. Underdog was developed Underdog was developed for TV, I should say, with Matt Smith, who did Epic Tales of Captain Underpants, The Croods, The New Mr. Peabody and Sherman Show, Shane Morris, who helped out on Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, Tangled, the Paw Patrol movie, and Rainbow Warriors, who are also story editing the show. The series is directed by Charles Von Sue, a seasoned director known for his work on hit shows like Pat the Dog, Augie and the Cockroaches, The Daltons, Lucky Luke, and Adult Matrix, and the Indomitables. Now, this is what This is what Jeremy Frazier said. Jeremy Frazier and Clement Clavitt said about this, co-founders of the Superprod group. This is what they said, and I quote: "Reviving Underdog for a new generation is such a wonderful opportunity. With our incredible team of marquee talent, we are thrilled to say there's no fear. Underdog is here. We are eager to bring this project to audiences and proud of this partnership with M6 Group, and RA. The series is set to air in France on M6 and Gulli, with whom the series was developed, and on RAI in Italy, with delivery scheduled for 2022. So that's pretty good to see and hear that they're trying to set their sights for a release date for 2025. And of course, as you could see in the video, or you could see with the image and everything, hopefully you guys could see that. Hope you guys will see that, I should say. Hopefully you guys can see that and everything. Basically, they have the characters designed out and about and everything. They have the new characters designs out and about. Excuse me there, a little burp. But as you can see, the designs look pretty good. You can see who Clad Lackey and Simon Bar Sinister are going to look like. You know, they're in the bottom left hand next to, believe it or not, Sweet Polly Purebred, because that's who it is right there in the middle. But you have Cad Lackey and Simon Bar Sinister. You have a big cat up here who I can assume is going to be Riff Raff. And then you have this other character. I don't know who that is. It's a female Chihuahua. So I don't know who that might be. You know, and those are the villains on the left side of Sweet Polly Purebred, I should say. Excuse me there. And then on the right side is going to be Underdog's team. I can assume that's going to be his team. You got a cat, you got a bulldog, you got a robo dog, and you got a big muscular dog. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. Looks like the bulldog might be a female bulldog. It's got like a wand. So you're gonna have a girl on there, a girl bulldog or a feminine bulldog. We'll see. Because of course you got to do diversity. You got to promote diversity and all that. So we don't know. It might be a female bulldog. It might be a feminine bulldog, male but feminine. We'll have to see. But that's going to be his team. And Sweet Polly Purebred, remember, in the original, she was a reporter. She might still be that here. Because Underdog, let's be honest, took a page out of Superman. Heck, it took a page out of what was going to be a Superman spinoff called Super Pup. And that never took off. I mean, it's out there for you to view what little you can. But it was going to basically be originally a spinoff for kids of Superman, but with little people, if you will, basically in costumes of dogs and doggy costumes, kind of being in the roles of, let's say, the Superman characters. But that's basically what Underdog, basically was created, inspired by. Because like Lois Lane was a reporter, and still is, so is Sweet Polly Purebred. Now, I don't know if she'll be a reporter here. I assume she will be. A reporter, but I can also see her being like not only a reporter, but basically like the liaison or the I could see her being the technician, or not technician, but basically she could be in that role of she's a reporter, but she's also like, basically. Hold on for a sec. I'm trying to think about who else fits this bill possibly. Sorry about that. I was trying to think about who she could be like. And I think she'd be like in that role of a Callie Briggs, like from SWAT Cats. See, Callie Briggs was like the deputy mayor and all that, but she was also like the secret liaison, informant to the SWAT Cats to call them in when something would happen and everything. Not knowing that they were two of her friends from the junkyard, the former enforcers, Jake and like I said, not realizing that the SWAT Cats, Razor and T-Bone, were actually her friends and former enforcers, Jake and Chance Furlong, if you will, and Jake Clausen, that was the full name of one of the characters, and Chance Furlong. But anyway, yeah, she didn't know that they were one and the same and everything, but she would basically be the one that would serve as deputy mayor and everything, being basically like a vice president to the bumbling mayor. But, she would also be the one that would contact secretly the SWAT Cats to let them know what's going on and everything, get them to come into action. And I believe, and this is what I'm trying to get to, I believe Sweet Polly Purebred could be put in that position to where she's a reporter, but if something goes down, she can contact Underdog and say, hey, I need you and your team here. And there you go. That could be what we see with Sweet Polly Purebred. Now, this is also being brought out in a day and age to where diversity is a situation to where you got to give equal opportunity. And you got to accept those for who they are. And I'm not going to be surprised that if this series, is popular, and it could be very popular, it could surprise us. A lot of people are mixed about it. Some are willing to give it a chance, some are not. But anyway, this series might surprise us. And I could see an episode out of the 52 we're going to get to where Sweet Polly Purebred wants to get in on the action herself. In other words, she'll try to be a hero herself. She might try to get the same kind of powers or something. She'll try. And I think what's going to happen if this show is successful and it gets more seasons after this. Again, this is the debut season. We'll see what happens. But if it gets more, I could see her, becoming part of the team under some kind of alter ego name or superhero name that she can come up with. So I could see that. I could see that happening as well, but we'll see. I think, more than likely at the start, she'll be in that position of a Callie Briggs from SWAT Cats where she's, a reporter, but she'll also call upon Underdog and his team to come and, save the day when needed. So that's going to be interesting to see. The other thing, too, is, the other thing that people, I should say, have questions about is how is Underdog going to get his powers? How is his powers going to come about and all that? And, well, obviously, as of right now, as far as we know, pills are out of the question. Pills are out of the question. There's no way they're going to want him to take a pill and become a superhero, knowing young kids will be watching this. So how do you get him to become a superhero? And they could still go that, route, but I think what they'll do is they'll add in doggy treats. I think that's what it's going to be. I think you're going to get doggy and cat treats because one of the members of his team is a cat. They're going to have little treats that they will chew on, and then that will help them become a superhero. I could see that being one way to do something similar but different. I can also see them doing it in a way to where he gets his power after a confrontation with, Simon Boss Sinister, who's developing a ring or something like that. And it ends up on Shoeshine Boy, or Shoeshine Boy finds it and it gives him powers, and we go from there. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But I'm willing to give it a chance when it does come out. I'm willing to see what people say about it, and then I'm willing to look at it myself. But yeah, we got a new Underdog show on the way. And what's crazy, ladies and gentlemen, is the show came out in 1964. The original, It is now 60 years. This is the 60th anniversary of Underdog. Yeah, 60th anniversary. That's hard to believe. It is. 60 years. I mean, when that Underdog live action film came out, it was basically 43 years. But 2004 was its 40th year. 14 was its 50th, now we're at the 60th. It's been 60 years. So the announcement couldn't be any more perfect if you've been a longtime fan. But the question is, will this be a huge hit? We'll have to see. It sounds like it's got a group of talented individuals behind it who have worked on some of the best television and some of the best animated television and movies that we know of. So that's good to have on your team to work on something like this. And again, the characters look good just based on the promotional poster. We'll have to see what they look like in action. Hopefully, we're not going to get, as some people looked at it, another Mega Mind, another Mega Mind series. Because remember, they did a sequel of Mega Mind, which served as a pilot to a new series on Peacock, and a lot of people didn't like the animation. So hopefully, we don't get another similar situation like that. I don't think we will. I think the animation group is going to do their best to ensure that the animation is at least top notch, and we'll see what they do. But yeah, we are getting a new Underdog series. Let me know what your thoughts are on it, guys. How do you feel about this new series? What are you looking forward to? What role do you think Sweet Polly Purebred might play in it? Do you think she might be in that Callie Briggs role? Do you think she'll try to become a hero herself, be part of Underdog's team? Do you think maybe even finally, because they didn't do this in the original, I don't think they ever thought about it back then with any superhero-inspired cartoons or, influenced cartoons. But do you think maybe they'll finally have her find out who, Underdog really is? Because that would be interesting. Today we're in a day and age where that kind of stuff does happen. So do you think we're going to have that situation occur? Let me know. And what are your thoughts on the fact that it's going to be 52 11 episodes, basically 26 episodes in total, but basically at 11 minutes each? What are your thoughts on that? I'd love to hear what you have to think about it. And overall, what are your thoughts on Underdogs? Having a team to work with, consisting of a robot, a cat, a potential female or feminine bulldog, and a big muscle dog. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on the look for the villain that's going to potentially be Riff Raff, as well as the villainous Chihuahua character? I don't know who that is. And let me know what your thoughts are on the designs for Simon Bar Sinister and Chad Lackey. Or Cad Lackey, I should say. Not Chad Lackey, but Cad Lackey. Let me know. Love to hear your thoughts overall. And yeah, that's about it. So until next time, guys, like the video. Ring that bell for notification. Subscribe to this channel. Helps me out a lot. Also, check me out at my Teespring store. Link is in the description. Get yourself a long sleeve t-shirt. For Rally for Sally. Get yourself a mug. That says you're both a Sonic and Sally shipper and a brony. Get yourself a t-shirt or something of that matter. Mug or whatever. Say, hey, let's talk about things. Go and do that. It'd be greatly appreciated. Also, check me out in all the various other areas you can find me at Odyssey.com at BWRoses, Rumble.com at BWRoses, Divanaut.com at BVW1979. Also, check me out at all your favorite podcast outlets like Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify for podcasters, Radio Public, Audible, you name it. You can find me there on any one of those. Also, check me out at Venmo and Cash App to help donate there if you want to. Also, Vimo.com at BWRoses. You can find my content there. And, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it, I think. Trying to think if there's any more. Oh, yeah. Hold on for a second, guys. That's the phone. Sorry about that. But like I said, you can catch me at all those locations as well, like I said. And really, that's about it. Let me know what your thoughts are and everything on this reboot. If you're going to give it a chance when it comes out. And until next time, guys, I am out.